And welcome on in everybody to Fryman here, King Pepe II, bringing you some Brown Dust 2 news. And let me tell you, this news is huge, okay? Among other things in Brown Dust 2, as we all know, right? But with that being said, welcome on in. And I'm going to give you a very, very just overall Brown Dust 2 bombshell that they dropped on us with an update for their dev notes here. I actually just got it now. I'm currently streaming, so if, just in case you hear me talk or say anything, um, to someone else, that's my chat. But like, it's very late right now. But anyway, I just wanted to get this out here because I was so excited when I saw this, right? And you all might be wondering, is that Olivier's PNG? Well, there's a reason for this. So we're gonna go and take this one step at a time. I'm gonna talk about it, discuss it, because my mind was blown by this. Okay. So let's go and talk in order what's gonna be happening here on July 14th and July 17th. Okay. So get ready. Okay. So here they're saying, hope. Oh my God, I can't talk. I know I'm so excited right now. Hope we're all enjoying the second anniversary update. It's been a month since their last broadcast. They had back in June, right? And so they're gonna have an update now. So the story pack 18 Salvation, which we all knew was gonna be coming in July. So obviously this is the story of Olivier, or Eustia's mother, right? Or how she goes by now is Callian right now as an apostle. So here's the artwork for it, Salvation, right? So the party that pursued Aegir through Morphea's Dimension Gate arrives at the Dark Temple of Coicutus while marching on to take Callian from Aegir. One of them places their hand on the book discovered in his room. Right at that moment, the whole party gets sucked into Aegir's memories. As Olivier gets herself entangled in this mess, Eustia's party comes to the rescue. Will they succeed in tracking down Aegir, who disappeared with Adeline in his grasp? Okay, so they're currently working on the animated PV for Story Pack 18 right now. The grand finale of Season 3. So yeah, this is actually going to be concluding Season 3. And here's some artwork here. So we have Morphea. She's actually coming along with us in this story pack now. So she is going to be playing a huge part in this as well. And obviously we have the rest of the gang here. Latho, Shada, and Gray, right? And then we got Sacred Ustia in the front. So here's some of the artwork. So they said that they're going to be trapped in Aegir's memory. So it looks like these are the memories of, Aegir. So it looks like a dark city of some sort. We don't know what's going on with it, but here's the artwork again. You got Morphea in the back as well helping. And then we go here. It looks like an altar of some sort. Or, I don't know. It looks like some sacrilegious type, content. And yes, RX, welcome on in. Yes, you're going to be here listening to the update, which was just announced here. I'm going over it now. But yeah, so here we have the artwork, like I said. And then here is the artwork further shown, because in their last dev notes, they had this as artwork, but they only had like the top half covered. Now they're showing us the full image of what this is going to look like. We have Sacred Ustia holding her mother Olivier in her arms, it looks like. Looks like a very sad moment, by the way. It does look like a sad moment. I had a feeling that this story pack was going to be very, it's going to have a lot of emotional, scenes and feelings here. Now, we don't know, okay? We're not going to jump to conclusions saying, like, this is her dying in her arms or something, okay? This is probably her reuniting with her mother here and why she's crying. That's how I'm going to take it. She's reuniting with her mother again, and she's having this, mother-daughter reunion, obviously. So, obviously, yes, they have to add the fan service. You know it has to be done. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so here we have this moment with her. I'm not gonna ruin it, okay? But I'm just saying, I love the art. And also look at the wings. The wings are glowing with Eustia because she's showing off her Valkyrie heritage now, right? So guys, this was something that I knew was gonna happen. I was calling it for months now. I was saying this was gonna happen, and guess what? Now, other than the art and the new story updates, right, that they're further going into detail with, they're going to be doing the new seasonal event Going Home, which is the event story with Olivier. This is going to be describing the backstory of what happened to her. So it's saying the seasonal event Going Home will be presented a long story pack 18. It chronicles the life of Olivier, a Valkyrie of Frelia, from her past to her time on Earth. So, like I said, we're gonna see more lore behind this and what happened with her. You can keep your expectations high, as you'll be able to witness Olivier's endless struggles to protect those who need protection despite her cruel fate. So here's some art from the story events here. So obviously we do see that she has her wings here still, right? She has her wings here still, but we don't see them here, right? So this is when she was a Valkyrie, right? And then also, Raphithia and a new NPC. And we're going to be getting more into this too as well. So, and also we do have, I'm not going to jump to conclusions here. I don't think any of us should. We don't know what role he plays in, but they do say, and when I get to the parts, which I'm about to show later here, he actually plays a crucial role into Olivier's tale. So it is actually very important that he's in this artwork, right? Then we see Raphithia and Olivier meeting. So could this be Eustia's father? We don't know. I'm not going to say it is. He could just be a friend of Olivier that he met. I don't know. Maybe they formed a friendship. I don't know if this is her father, Eustia's. We don't know. So we can't jump to conclusions, okay? Until we get everything in the story events pack and obviously the seasonal events of Olivier's story, okay? So let's not jump to conclusions, okay, guys? But here we have another shot of Olivier. It looks like this is where maybe she's being, I don't know, corrupted. We see the black wing or the black feathers here. She has this expression on her face. It looks like there's a shadow behind her. And then this is when I'm assuming this is where she turned to Callian, which was the apostle. We see her eyes change, right? Okay, guys, this is the part now. Get ready for this because I was at a loss for words. So here we go, guys. The introduction to the characters Olivier. So, you know what this means, right? So every time they have an introduction to a character, it's like one or two things here, guys. It's either they're going to be a playable character, right? Or they're going to be an NPC for now and then later join down the line to be in development to be a playable character. But it gets better, okay? So let's see. This is Olivier's design. As you can see, the PNG. I did this for celebrating this momentous occasion with her. So this is her design. Obviously, beautiful, beautiful art, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then here we go. Here comes the star of July's story, Pack 18, in the seasonal event Going Home. She's a legendary Valkyrie, renowned for the epithet. I think that's supposed to be saying epitaph or epitaph, right? Faithful servant, as well as being the mother of Eustia. We give you Olivier, the wings of faithfulness, who is set to make her appearance. Please keep in mind that the pickup for Olivier, the wings of faithfulness, is scheduled for the second half of 2025. Guys, this right here, pick up for Olivier, right? Pick up, meaning she's gonna be a playable character in the game. I was saying this for months. I was saying it to my friends about this too, okay? I was telling them she's gonna be one. Trust me, it's gonna happen. Guys, she's gonna be a playable character, okay? Well, hold on, RX. It gets better. I know, everybody. Contain your excitement. Okay, it gets better. Okay, so we have Callian. Callian. This is Callian now, the apostle form of Olivier, right? Okay, so if we read a little further, Callian, the mighty apostle who loses her memory to Aegir and acts as the first apostle, will be updated as a new costume. Apostle Callian's battle concept revolves around granting beneficial effects to herself. So, they have a second costume. A second costume. So not just one. But they have a second costume. Isn't this crazy, right? So we have pickup for Olivier, the Wings of Faithfulness, and we have Callian. They'll be updated as a new costume, as the first apostle. So it's not just they're dropping one, they're dropping another one alongside her. Now, maybe it's alongside her during, like, I don't know, maybe they're gonna do like a two like banner pull for like Callian or Olivier in general. But guys, it gets better. It gets better. Cause look at this. To be announced. To be announced. Name to be announced. We have a third Olivier. A third Olivier. Guys, this is crazy. Wow, right? Wow. Now we know who was in that PV trailer when they sent it. It was like that 14-second one on YouTube, the one they had on their official channel. This is her. So it confirms it. This is her. So to be announced, they don't have a name yet. Obviously, you can see this. There's no name for her yet, but it's gonna happen. The strongest and most fearsome Valkyrie with pitch black wings of darkness will be updated. You can find more details by digging into Story Pack 18, which I'll definitely be doing on the 14th of July. Okay, so if you want to join me in on the adventure, I'll be streaming it here on my Twitch channel. Okay. She features a unique wide attack range and combats enemies by inflicting formidable damage through special means. So they're having a third costume for her. So let's take a moment right now, right? Let's take a moment. Let's let this all sink in. Let this all sink in, right? And just applaud the devs for this. Guys, if you're going to save, I would do it right now. I would do it right now. I would do it right now if you want to go for Olivier's all of her outfits, all of her costumes, because I'm doing it right now. I'm going to be saving so hard for Olivier for every single costume. I'm going to be saving, okay? RX, you just got to save up, man. I don't know what to tell you. Save up your gems, do your dailies, do your tower salvation, do everything. Because if you want to get her, trust me. And that goes for anybody watching this video as well. And you're a Brown 2 player or you're a new one to the second anniversary event, right? I would save her because, believe me, they're going to be doing Olivier justice. I'm going to say it right now. They're not going to let us down with her. Okay, Olivier, obviously, she's like going to be like, I know she's going to be meta. I know that for a fact. They're dropping 3 costumes of her, right? They even said for the one that's to be announced here, right? She features a unique wide attack range and combats enemies by inflicting formidable damage. But she does it through special means, so this is probably to balance it out. Much like how Mikaela, how they had to, like, you know, they had to have her have a penalty for her attacks. This is most likely the same way, but it's probably going to be a different form of doing it, perhaps. That's just my speculation about it. But yeah, so, beautiful designs overall. Obviously, this is incredible just to see this, you know. But I would highly suggest saving up for her because she's totally going to be worth it in the end. I have a great feeling about this. So yeah, I'm going to be saving up, obviously. I'm going to be saving up every single ticket, every single gem. The only one I'm going to be going for at the moment is, since I never got Michelstein, that's the only one I'm doing for like Sacred Ustia, because Sacred Ustia is actually having a rerun event, which I'll be getting to now soon. So I'm going to say, guys, just save up for Olivier. And for any new player out there as well, I would suggest saving for her because from what I experienced with her as a boss in the game and her abilities, she is very, let's just say she's very strong, okay? Now, the Brown 2 devs, they tend to get as close to like how they are in the game, like as you like boss wise, like you fighting them, they try to get their skills as close to something either very similar or kind of different, but still following the same type of skill like pattern as they are as a boss in the game to like being a playable character. So like Morphia, for example, like Morphia summoned on the field as a boss. Blade, um, I think Blade had an AOE attack as well, but hers was a little bit different with the attack skill, I believe. I'm trying to remember her as a boss fight, but it was like very similar, like because like Morphia was just very similar, and I still believe I think Blade was as well. So they're gonna be very similar, most likely, to how like you know they are when you fight them as a boss. Like I said, so with Olivier, um, she had like an AOE attack. She had also an evade ability, but I don't think they're gonna do it like the NPCs are like as bosses because like if they did, Olivia would just be straight up busted in the game. Like everybody be using her for PvP, PvE. Okay, everybody be doing it, so they're gonna have to, somehow find a way where she's actually just not one shotting everything. You know what I mean? Dodging everything. So they're gonna have to balance her out, obviously. But attack wise, I do see her as someone like Sacred Ustia as an AoE type. Now, as for her other costumes, they might have different abilities, like skill wise, right? So it could be like for Callian, she might be able to evade for a certain amount of times, just like how Ustia has the pool party one where she evades for like I think it's like 4 turns. So for Olivia, maybe it's like 5 for hers, maybe. But yeah, so they're gonna be doing something like very similar-ish, maybe. That's just my prediction about it though. But yeah, so if you want to go for her, I would then start saving. If you want to go for all 3 of these costumes, I would highly suggest saving. But yeah, have supporters for her though, because if anything, she's gonna be a physical attack type. I don't think they're gonna do magic with her. That would be kind of random if they did. But I feel she's gonna be a physical type, like just like Sacred Ustia. So like Liberta, Homunculus Lathel, have them saved up. I would even do anybody with maybe physical vulnerability. So like Rafithia's Gamer Girl one, or even Young Blade, Young Lady Blade. She applies physical vulnerability as well. So yeah, have like physical type supporters there for you to be on like as a support team for Olivier. But yeah, so let's see here. Um, then they're gonna be introducing someone called. I'm gonna do my best to pronounce this name. Granader. Granader. So she's actually the same race as Rafithia, as we saw back in the earlier art that I was like showing you guys. So she's gonna be somebody. As of right now, they said she's not gonna be playable. Even says it here. She won't be released as a playable character this time. So much like how they did with, I believe her name was Sonia, the one they had back in the earlier event story this year with Darian. Like the same thing. So she's not gonna be playable as of yet, but I believe in time they'll decide about it. They'll talk about it, and then they'll make an announcement about it. So, but yeah, so this is her. She's also gonna be in the event story as well. So she actually does look very familiar, right? Rafithia. But this is actually not her. This is Granader, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. I do apologize if I'm not pronouncing that right. But yeah, so this is her design right here. The Queen of Glutus and the one who helped Rafithia and Brown Dust. So they said Brown Dust, not Brown Dust 2. So maybe this is referring to Brave 9, maybe? Granader will appear in the seasonal events. Please look forward to Granader's exploits, who came to the fairy kingdom to protect the fairies. Granader won't be released as a playable character this time. Okay, so and then we go to Hansen. Okay, in case anybody's wondering, don't freak out about this because I know how people are when it comes to like male characters in the game. Okay, so Hansen is actually the male character that we saw here. This is Hansen right here, but he's grown up obviously, and it looks like he's a human instead of like some obviously he looks human, but this is gonna be Hansen. Now, the reason that they are showing him is because they said we introduce you to a wizard who handles pure mana and a fairy researching scholar. Hansen, a human boy, will appear as a character in the seasonal events. Although he is a male character, We decided to include him because he plays a crucial role in the story. Hansen won't be released as a playable character. Okay, so they even say it to you guys as well. So anybody that's wondering about, like, they don't like male characters and things like that, because I know how that's a thing in this, with people in the community. Hansen won't be released as a playable character. Okay, guys. However, he does play a crucial role in the story, which does make sense because obviously we saw him in that art of him and Olivier and Rafithia, right? So there you go. There you have it with the characters, the updates, and obviously the big news with Olivier. I honestly did not know she would be appearing this soon. I'm gonna be honest. I had no idea she would be appearing this soon. That's crazy, right? So yeah, so there you guys have it. I'm definitely gonna be saving up for her. And here are some skill cutscenes. This is for her. Now, obviously, they're showing the skill cutscenes, some of them, so like this is confirmed definitely that they are gonna be playable characters or costumes in the game. So here are some images. This is the one to be announced. Beautiful design from what I'm seeing, guys. Beautiful art. Obviously, they never fail at it. It looks like she's also tearing up while launching some sort of attack. So maybe she is aware of herself, right? But like she's crying because she doesn't want to hurt others. Maybe that's why you see these tears. Because you do see them. You see these tears, you know? Okay, our team's single line comment was, when she makes her mind up, none escapes alive. So this was from the art team themselves saying this. So it looks like her skill cutscene actually might be very, very let's just say over the top, but in a great way. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting to see some really nice skill cutscenes. Other than obviously the assets. You know what I mean? So I'm very excited for this. And also Callian, I know, guys, they included it. They did. They included it, right? Our team's single line comment. Ever wonder what a new city would look like in a fantasy world? So, what does this mean exactly? And also, we seeing something here, right? We seeing something here with Olivier. But hey, I mean, I'm seeing the skill cutscene alone, and I'm just impressed. So this is Callian's, though, however. It looks like space in a way, right? Doesn't it look like space? Like, she's like your face, like you're looking up at her. But and this is the night sky. But like you see this line down here, right? I don't know. It actually looks like space itself, but we shall see, right? We shall see. So there it is again. If you want to take a look at it, all of this is on their official site, by the way. If you want to, either save the screenshots or you want to read everything yourself here as well. So here it is. So the pickup information, July 3rd through July 17th. New Poolside Guardian Zenith is obviously still in play, guys. Okay. July 10th through July 24th. The rerun for Beach Vacation Eclipse is currently going on right now as well, guys. Okay. Now, July 17th through July 31st. So this says new right here. It says new name to be announced. Okay. So what that means is this could either be referring to the black winged Olivier, because she's the one that says name to be announced. She's the only one right here that says that. So this actually could be her. This could be her, right? It could be her. Or they could be either referring to maybe Olivier's first costume, which is my PNG here. So I don't know. But this is just saying name to be announced. So I'm going to assume they're talking about the black winged Olivier. Okay? I'm going to assume that because it does say name to be announced here and it says new. Okay? So if that's the case as well, looks like she's also going to be having obviously her exclusive gear. It says it here as well, July 17th, July 31st. New name to be announced, exclusive gear for question mark, okay? So I am definitely saving up. I'm saving up definitely. Okay, so July 17th through July 31st as well is the rerun for the Void Grunhilder, which is the other Valkyrie who we saw in, I think it was Story Pack 10, I believe. But But obviously, if you don't know who Grunhilder is, I'll show you who she is as well. She's more for along the lines for like taunting slash counter type, I believe. Like her first one is, I think the Void Grunhilder is the one that counters. Um, then they're doing the rerun of Reclaim Destiny's Sacred Ustia. So Ustia right here, basically. So like I said, she is still meta in the game. She one shots. She's very, very strong. She has a huge AoE field. So they are going to be rerunning her as well. And this is why I said, I'm going to be going for her Michelstein sword. But that's the only thing I'm going to be going for out of this, out of like, the reruns. Okay? Because I only need her sword. That's all I need. And on July 31st, though, however, through August 14th, they say new here as well, so name to be announced. So this either means they are either rerunning either the Black Winged Olivier again, so you have like another shot at going for her, right? Or this could also mean that they're going to be introducing the second out of the 3 costumes for Olivier. So they could actually just be putting all of Olivier's or 2 out of the 3 of Olivier's costumes in this upcoming update. Okay? So this actually could be a big thing. Okay? But yeah, so there you guys have it with that. And they're also doing on July 31st through August 14th the rerun for Beachside Justice Mikaela, which is the one they debuted last year. And August 7th through August 21st, they're going to be rerunning Pool Party Angelica. Okay? And she's actually one of the costumes that was buffed up as well. So there you guys have it. Exclusive gears for them as well. Same days, same time frame. It's going to be the same thing, guys. Okay? But yes, they're also going to be in the Powder of Hope shop. So this is great news because they are not limited, which is actually really nice because that means you can wishlist them. You can also put them in your selected draw as well. So for any new players, you can do the same thing because they usually add them after like their banner is over. They put them now in the selected draw. So, like, you can just put her in the selected draw as well. So, there's so many ways that you can get these new costumes, especially for Olivier, okay? Because, like, you have one shot, you can get into the Powder Hope shop, right? And that's, like, one copy or one unlock if you want to unlock her that way. And then you can put her in the selected draw right afterwards. You can also put her in the 12 pick as well. So, you have a lot of choices here, guys, okay? That you can get Olivier. But, honestly, seeing her having 3 different costumes is crazy. I'm very, very much looking forward to this one. This is big. This is big. Okay, mother and daughter, guys. Mother and daughter, Ustia and Olivier. Right? This is epic. I'm so excited for this. I really am. And then obviously they're gonna be announcing their weapons. Most likely they're gonna do another like dev notes, and I'll be there to cover for you guys even further. Okay. But yeah, so there you have it, and then they have the Fiend Hunter bosses return for some of them. Bluebeard is returning, okay, and then they have let's see, the new Fiend appearing. So this is a new Fiend, the Chimera of Resentment, who's going to be a Darkness type. So that means then, since they cater to like the new banners, right? That means that we're going to be having Olivier as a well, she's going to be a light element. Makes sense. Okay, just like Ustia. So that even further tells you that, she's going to be a costume, right? And this Darkness property Fiend features powerful multi-hit attacks each turn, inflicting more damage with subsequent attacks as it takes more hits. So we're going to have to figure this one out, right? And then as for Bluebeard, Wind type, Bluebeard's battle style is about upgrading himself and then launching powerful attacks. The flip side of his combat concept is that he takes increased damage as well. So I would say Leatrice, Loen, Levia would work best for him. So yeah. And even Homunculus Lathel too. Not Homunculus Lathel, Vengeance Lathel. And then obviously you have a lot of choices with this one for Light Elemental. Obviously Olivier is most likely going to be the one that just like obliterates this Chimera. Then we got Gilray coming on up. Okay, Gilray, the Void Lord Arc Farlos appears with no property. Okay. They're actually a lot tougher because you can't really counter them or use like, property buffs because they got no property. That's why. It has a battle concept that involves taunting specific parts and launching stronger attacks in the next turn, proportional to the number of times it was struck. The following details are the July improvements that were announced through previous developer notes. And so basically, Fiend Hunter improvements are going to start on July 17th. So basically, I believe this is saying that so previously in Fiend Hunter, even players with high combat power had to clear stages sequentially. So basically, you had to start from level 1, then work your way up. But instead, you can just go to level 10. And if you beat them on level 10, you'll unlock all the rewards that you would have unlocked had you done it like one at a time. You'll just get them all just by completing the highest number possible. That's basically what they're saying. Okay? So, yeah, that's basically it. Previous levels considered clear. So, yeah, it's exactly the same thing I was saying here with this. So, additionally, even if you fail to clear the selected level, a new feature will be added where lower levels will be considered clear based on the amount of damage dealt to the fiend in that battle. So basically what this is saying is you don't have to like, get them to drop to 0. It looks like you clear them to a certain point and it'll consider the battle to actually be won. I think that's what that's saying now. For example, if the level 10 fiend has 100 HP and the level 9 fiend has 80 HP and you challenge the level 10 fiend and deal 90 damage, you'll be considered to have cleared up to level 9. The level 10 fiend will remain with 10 HP. Wow. Okay, I think I know what they're saying with that, but I don't have to put that into practice. But yeah, I think that's more or less what they're trying to say here then. That means so it's like an easier way for you to clear the levels. Because I know it goes up to like level 15, which is crazy. So this is actually a lot easier for, I would say, making it for players. Because like you get a lot of rewards for doing this, to be honest. You actually do. Like look at that, 27 tickets altogether by clearing level 10. That's a lot of tickets, guys. That's a lot of tickets that you could be using, right? So that's actually a really nice feature, especially for newer players, So let's see here. Quick battle, the next day on the level 10 and okay, so yeah. It's actually a real cool feature, guys. Okay, rank segmentation, hunter rank. So this is what it looks like here. Okay, so now next is the improvement to the ranking segmentation of Fiend Hunter. Currently, Fiend Hunter only displays rankings up to the top 1,000, which may reduce motivation for users outside that range by limiting their sense of honor or competitive drive. A new Hunter rank system will be introduced in this update to address this issue, allowing players to more precisely check their rank. For example, even if you cleared up to level 10 but haven't yet broken into the top 1,000, you'll still be able to enjoy the progression and sense of achievement as your hunter rank increases. So, more for people that are competitive with this. I think it makes it a little bit easier now. Now, I'm not somebody that plays this game competitively, but I do, dabble in it. But I'm not somebody that's like hardcore driven. But for anybody that's hardcore driven with like ranking and competitiveness, this is something new. I'm not sure if like you would like this because it kind of defeats maybe the purpose of challenging. I don't know, but up to you guys what you how you see this as, right? But here you guys go. For anybody that's competitive in the game, this is the news for you guys. Okay. And then Gloopy Diner improvements for July 17th. So I was actually just discussing this on my stream, in fact, before I started this video. So they're gonna be basically making the time. So you know how like so right now my Gloopy Diner, you know how it's like daytime all the time. So they're gonna be adding a feature where it actually goes by the in real time. So it's like currently nighttime over here. So basically, if I were to log in now and look at my Gloopy Diner, it would be like a nighttime setting theme. That's basically what they're saying, as well as adding like a dialogue and stuff to like the NPCs, like they're talking to each other. So it's not just you see a bunch of them running around, sitting down, eating. It makes it more immersive because you're seeing them having conversations and talking to other NPCs here and there. So I actually do like that a lot. That's basically what this is describing here. So Gluppy Diner is returning with an even more lively atmosphere. While the previously covered My Room expansion maximized the fun of decorating, Gloopy Diner focuses on the joy of observing various scenes that unfold in the restaurant, offering a different kind of entertainment. First, through bubbles have been added above the characters' heads, allowing you to glimpse into the hidden thoughts of both the staff and the customers. So that's what I said. It's like, you know, makes it a little bit more immersive. You get to see what they're discussing, talking about. See the emotes here, right? So yeah, and random events will occur throughout the Gloopy Diner, and you can tap on them to earn the new currency Deco coins. Okay, so much like, let's see, okay, so what they mean by that is, let's just say if Lathel, I guess, had something on his mind, you just click on him, he would say something, I guess, and you get like Deco coins for it. So these events will occur throughout the entire day, but there's a daily limit to how many Deco coins you can earn. You can collect the maximum number of Deco coins quickly right after entering the diner, and since this currency is used exclusively for decorating, only those interested in decorating need to participate. Okay, so nice and simple. Deco coins actually help you with like furniture, purchasing furniture, since it costs so much gold, and that gold you want to be used for like upgrading your characters. So Deco coins play a huge role and help a ton with purchasing furniture. Okay. Additionally, Gloopy Diner will now reflect the passage of real world time, like I was saying, by changing its time of day accordingly. Backgrounds for various times of the day will be displayed based on the actual time in each region. For example, if it's nighttime in real life, Gloopy Diner will also appear as nighttime. The BGM will also switch to match the atmosphere of the night hours, so makes sense. I like it. I love it a lot. Lastly, a feature to hide the UI will be added so you can fully enjoy the changed atmosphere of Gloopy Diner. You can use the UI hide button added to the left side of the screen. So that's actually really nice because I actually wanted to take a lot of screenshots at times, but I couldn't because they had like the entire interface showing up. So I was like, damn, I can't get it. So now I can do it. If I want to take a screenshot of like the diner, I can do that now. Okay, Gloopy Diner Messenger improvements, July 17th. Okay, so improvements will be made to the Messenger feature in Gloopy Diner. First, a view status message history feature will be added, allowing you to check previous status messages again. Additionally, if there are faded guests you haven't yet acquired as contacts, they'll now appear in the friend candidate list, making it easier to identify and connect with them. Okay, that's nice. Battle UI improvements. So battle UI is finally being improved. The character thumbnails on the battle preparation screen will now display knockback, direction indicators, and skill information will also be viewable from the screen to replace companions. This is a feature many of you have asked for, and we apologize for the delay in bringing it to you. So here you guys go. Show costumes, July 17th. Okay, so one of the unique features of Brown 2 is its system where costumes are tied to individual characters. Because of this, many players have shared feedback that it's difficult to find the costume they want within a character. In order to address this, a new feature will be added that allows players to easily view all costumes by character. This improvement will make it faster and easier to find costumes you're looking for. So character filter feature added. There it is. Right? Additional, a character filter feature will be added as well, showing players to filter based on criteria such as potential stage or awakening status. The filtered information will remain applied even on the See Details page, so you can check it out without any inconvenience when navigating between pages. Okay. So basically, I think what they mean by that is like, instead of doing like, I think what they mean by this is, I know, Zenith, right? But I think what they mean by that is, so let's say if I wanted to click on like Ustia, for example, or let's use Wilhelmina. So I wanted to click on Wilhelmina. I believe this is what they mean by this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But you would just click on them here, and then I think it would just bring it up, right? Their other costume, and you just click it next to it instead of going through this, right? And then doing this.
子供たちと仲良くなれるのなら、水着などいくらでも着よう。
And then like switching out, and then like seeing them then in their costumes, like right here how she switched on over, like her image changed, the thumbnail changed. I think that's what they mean by that. They made it a little bit easier now where it wouldn't do that, So I believe that's what they were going for now with that. Okay, so also. Character icon name improvement and search feature added, so just type in their name and boom, they're there. So nice feature, actually. Makes it quick. That's basically what that means, guys, okay? Gear filter added July 17th, so they're actually adding this now. A more detailed filter function will be added to help players find the gear they want more easily. You'll be able to filter gear more precisely based on upgrade level, upgrade score, and the presence of desired options, allowing you to quickly locate the gear you're looking for. I think that's actually really nice too, because the thing is, I would actually get so lost in like what gear I had. I was like, damn, like I gotta go through all this to find it. But yeah, so here it is, guys. Gear upgrade rank displayed as well. So there have been a lot of feedback that upgrade ranks like CSA and SAA displayed on gears are not intuitive, making it confusing to tell which upgrade score is better. To address this, we've organized the upgrade scores into a clear table and improved the UI so the score is shown as a number directly on the thumbnail. So here you guys go. So when it comes to, and I like to say this to any new player as well. So when it comes to this is basically in a nutshell. 1, 2, and 3. The first spot is ×1 damage. ×2 damage is the second spot, and then ×3 damage is the third spot. That's basically how it was summarized when I looked it up a while back, like a long time ago. That's basically how the system works. That's why you always want to have S as your last fill-in slot for this. So like basically you see how it's like B, C, and B. That's what this stands for. So B is blue, C is green, and then B again here is in the blue. So basically what you would want is you want the S, right? You want the S tier to be in the last one since it multiplies it by 3. And then like the second one could either be like A, then the other one could be B, right? So you want like the last basically two to be like really high tiers, right? That's basically what I looked up and how I would summarize it to you guys, okay? Makes it easier to understand that way. So yeah, but they're going to be showing numbers as to, you know, what sort of combinations are more powerful, because you can get like an SAA and then like roll a like BAS, right? Or a CBS, and like CBS is like more powerful than an SAA, for example. You know, since like the last letter is S, you know, S class, right? Okay, so that's basically what they're talking about with that. C gear details. So they actually added the details, so it tells you like the substats of what you roll for it here now. A lot easier. That's actually really nice too. That's really nice. Instead of having to hold down the button and like looking at the stats, this actually you can just do it in the gear menu then. That's really nice. Easier character growth. So basically what this means is instead of doing it individually where you have to like select the entire amount of like gloopies, or not gloopies, but slimes, I mean, and then you have to do it individually. This is just doing it all together all at once. So like it takes how many stars you need, how many slimes you need, and then you just, with a push of a button, you go straight up to like level 100. That's basically what this is entailing here, okay? And then here are the survey comments. During the second anniversary broadcast, we have planned to discuss certain aspects of the previous survey results, but unfortunately, we ran out of time and were unable to convey them to you. Today, I'll briefly share a few of them. Okay. So, guys, this was something that I was wondering if they were actually going to talk about during their live stream, but they didn't. Now, I wasn't sure if they were trying to avoid the topic or they were just trying to move past it, right? Because I know there were a lot of players and didn't really like what was going on with their skills and things like that, along with how their skill cutscenes looked as well. So here now we are having what they wanted to talk about, but they didn't get a chance to during their live stream, okay? So how satisfied are you with the Goblin Slayer collaboration overall, okay? So we have 8.3% of players saying they were very satisfied, and mostly satisfied were basically the majority here, 35.83%. And then mostly dissatisfied were 32.45%, and then very dissatisfied were 21.44%, and obviously the ones that didn't play were like 1.95%. So a lot of people did say yes, they were mostly satisfied, but then you had a lot with the mostly dissatisfied and very dissatisfied here. So like I said, there was like a lot of things that happened during that collaboration that a lot of people were upset about. So we'll see what they have to say here. First, we have a survey. Okay, so the satisfaction rate is 53%, while the satisfaction rate is 43%. So 10% difference there, right? So looks like they're going to discuss it. So let's hear what they have to say. So ultimately, the biggest disappointment in this event was the low satisfaction with battle performance, the lack of impact in skill cutscenes, and the limitations on the level of expression. So much like how I said, it was like the skill cutscenes and these skills overall, like their performance wise as well. That was something that, now me personally, and my take on that was I didn't really see the skill cutscenes lacking because I felt like it actually had to deal with the Goblin Slayer vibe, considering it was more of a dark story. Like, because believe me, if you read the manga or you even watch the anime, it is just straight up dark content. Okay, but a lot of people wanted more fan service type content since technically it was like a Brown Dust 2, collaboration, right? And they wanted to see something more, a little bit more spicy, maybe with the skill cutscenes. I can understand that. Like, I can understand that from that perspective. Believe me, I love fan service content too. Okay, I always go on about it, when I'm streaming here. But for me personally, though, for me personally, I was I just felt like the skill cutscenes were actually were fine the way they were, just because, like I said, it was very dark. It's a dark theme to it. I didn't really think they had to go all out with it. You know what I'm trying to say, with the skill cutscenes being fan service. However, the thing that I found to be lacking was their skills in themselves. That's where I was myself a little disappointed with. So it was more along the lines with the skills themselves rather than the skill cutscenes, right? But let's see here what they have to say too as well. So in past collab events, some players expressed concerns because overly powerful characters were virtually impossible for those who joined the game later on, or who joined the game later than others. That was why we were careful with our character designs this time. The initial figures proposed by the battle team were much stronger than the current state, but I requested several adjustments for safe balancing, which led to the current battle performance. However, many players pointed out issues from the perspective of those who joined at the time of the event. Okay, so new players joined our game solely because of the collab characters, but they were soon disappointed due to their low performance and ultimately lost interest in the game. As such, I realized once again how difficult it is to achieve a balance that satisfies existing players, new fans, and the potential demographic who will join us along the way. If we seize the opportunity to run another collaboration event, we'll take notes from this case and strike a balance so that the characters don't become too strong or too weak. Next, we have your feedback on explicitness and limitations of expression. Currently, our options become extremely limited if we attempt to find a collaborative IP while maintaining our level of explicitness. So basically, they're talking about like the skill animations, basically. So because you got to understand, it's not their IP. Like, they don't own it. Okay, they have to talk it over with whoever they're collaborating with, and they would have to agree. So I'm assuming this means like they couldn't like say like if they wanted like Sword Maiden, for example, to be like, let's say, I don't know, I'll just throw out a scene. Her in a bath towel. I don't know, and she was, I don't know, just like washing herself in the bathtub. That was a skill animation scene. I don't know. I'm just spitball. I'm just saying something to just give you the effect of what they are trying to tell you. So like that would be a thing there in itself, right? And however, the IP holders would be like, we don't want that to be a thing in the game or for our our characters. We want it to be something something different, right? That's most likely what they're talking about with this, if I have to say. So we have a lot to think about as the core purpose of holding collab events. Attracting new players may lose its momentum. Therefore, we have decided to meet the demand for explicitness through original characters. We believe it would be more appropriate to stick to the original aim of collaboration events, focusing on ways to draw new players to our game through the intrigue and symbolism of two worlds clashing with one another. Of course, this has not been confirmed yet, and we'll make a decision after careful consideration. I am very sorry that the collaboration event failed to meet your expectations. We promise to present a better event next time. Okay, so basically, like I said, that's most likely what happened with that IP, right? That's basically what happened with it. Um, Goblin Slayer, they, you know, they didn't want their characters to be most likely in that, portrayed in that sort of way, how they are usually in Brown Dust 2, right? You've seen Zenith on my game just now, right? Like they didn't want that to be a thing for them, for their characters, you know what I mean? So like for example, when it was Sunrun Kagura, they could easily get away with because like Sunrun Kagura is just full fan service. That's just the way it is. So it was very easy to incorporate a lot of that when they did the Senran Kagura collaboration last year, right? It was very easy to do. I'm sure it was just a no-brainer, to put the skill cutscenes and maintain what we love to see with skill cutscenes and animations, right? So it was very easy for them to do that because they shared the same idea with it, right? However, Goblin Slayer most likely wanted to have a more serious tone to it, which is understandable because you got to understand it's not Brown Dust 2's IP, it's theirs, so they had to work it out, right? They had to be, so that's what happened with that, right? But let's just say if Brown Dust 2 did a collaboration event, let's say with High School of the Dead or I'm just spitballing here, guys, okay? But High School of the Dead, which would be incredible. Yeah, I would love it though. I would love it, right? Seiko Busujima, oh my goodness, instant +5. But like High School DxD, Rias Grammary, Akino Himajima, I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? It'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's have them skill animations show, right? So yeah, that's what I mean, it would be very easy to do it like that, right? Okay, so are there any existing features or game modes you'd like to see updated? Let's see here. So story pack, character pack, Mirror Wars, Evil Castle, Tower of Pride, Evil Castle of Desire, Wrath and Envy, Evil Castle Tower Salvation, Last Night Mode, Gloopy Diner. So it looks like Gloopy Diner actually got a way big, like, people wanting improvement with. Fiend Hunter, Guild Raid, and No Opinion at all. Why would you ever do a No Opinion? Like, come on, guys. They have these surveys for a reason. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Okay, so story pack and character pack. So character pack and Gloopy Diner were both chosen. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. In my opinion, I would like another new character pack. I don't know how long it's been since we got a new one. Oh yeah, it was last year. It was last year in November when they did the contract wars. I feel like it's been a while. Honestly, I feel like it's been a while since we got a new character pack. I feel like it's time that we get a new one, or one in the works, right? Personally, I would love to see the character pack of the one that they were talking about in their 1.5 anniversary. The one that was like, it was like this haunted house or something like that. They were talking about, but they never ran with because it didn't go over so well with the community for them. But I'm gonna be honest, I was very intrigued by that one. I was very intrigued by that one because it was like I believe it was a horror type theme to it, or some horror type mansion sort of theme. I believe it was. But I would have loved to have seen more of that. Honestly, I would love to have seen what they could have done with that. But that's my opinion. Okay, that's my opinion. But yeah, I think having a new character pack, I believe would be something new and fresh to see again. So yeah, maybe have Olivier in it, right? Have Olivier. That would be awesome to see. Having Olivier, now that she's going to be officially in the game, right? As a playable character, having Olivier in the game, in a character pack would be awesome to see. And then like Eustia would be there, right? I don't know, like Olivier could be maybe, I don't know, her mother in that one, like in this alternative world, and Eustia obviously could be, her daughter, or I don't know, like they could do something with it, right? I mean, there's tons of things they can do with that, right? But yeah, that would be really cool to see. Olivier, Eustia, that would be incredible to see a character pack with them in it. But let's see here. So next we have results on the existing content you wish to update. 3 graphs stand out. So here they are. Okay, so Gloopy Diner's in first place. I believe this result includes opinions on adding Fated Guest. In addition, which is probably more like the reason, because obviously we love our interaction scenes. So I could see why that's most likely the case as to why they want, Gloopy Diner to improve more. It would make sense too, right? I love interaction scenes, so I'm not going to complain about it. In addition, 2 pieces of pack content took second and third place, respectively. I recall that in past surveys, the story pack was rated higher than the character pack, in this survey, the character pack, that is the parallel world pack, was ranked higher. Excluding the top 3 items, the rest, sorry about that, excluding the top 3 items, the rest were all tallied at a rate of 10% or less. Among them, the Evil Castle content accounted for 7 to 8%. Categories corresponding to endgame content, such as Mirror Wars, Last Night, Fiend Hunter, and Guild Raid, were tallied at 5% or less. So taking this into account, I extracted the data separately for the so-called ancient players who have been with us since the very beginning, thinking they may have had different ideas. However, their results displayed similar distributions, my goodness, to those of the entire player pool. Okay, so from ancient players to newcomers alike, we found that there is a preference for casual content and a desire for story progression. So I guess even the PvP players were like, we want some more lifestyle content. Makes sense. You know, I can understand why. Please select the type of new content you would like to see in the future updates. So here you go. Lifestyle content, so like fishing, housing, etc. And then new minigames came in second. Oh, really? New minigames. Honestly, I've been loving the minigames so far. That new Souls-like one was really, really impressive. I gotta say. Yeah, have a good one. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next, okay? You have a nice one. Sorry, talking to someone in my chat right now. But yeah, well, here we are, guys. So overall, guys, I've been very impressed, and they're doing more surveys here. And if you like, you can get another good look at them at their official site here. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just wanted to show you a lot of this, you know, of this content, the new content, the Olivier content, right? That was like incredibly like, whoa, like this is like really nice to see, you know what I mean? Like, so but yeah, so if we read a little bit more, let's see, what's the main reason you play Brown Dust 2? Actually, I'm very interested in this. So illustrations, I mean, you don't gotta think twice, right? We all know why, right? We all know why. Nothing wrong with that. Honestly, it attracts new players, so if it helps, then it helps, right? But I could see why. You know? Battle and story took second and third places, and battle is the core of the game system, so this was somewhat expected. It was impressive that the story took third place. Meanwhile, Faded Guest stood in fourth place, followed by game management in fifth place. So honestly, I play it for illustrations. I play it for the content. I'm not gonna lie about that, okay? You know what content I'm talking about. But I also do really enjoy the main story, and obviously, you know, this new upcoming story pack for me is gonna be very, 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 you know, hype for me, because I am ready to go when this is released, okay? So yeah, very excited for this, by the way. Very, very excited. And let's see, we also divided the results by language. The results varied slightly, so we'd like to share with you. Okay. So this is, I'm assuming, let's see. So communication, I'm assuming it's like the languages in the game, right? Okay, then. Obviously, I can't read these, so I don't really know which ones are placed in what. So, but for us over here in the global here, we said illustrations came in first. So what is the main reason you play Brown Dust 2? I love the illustrations. Oh, this is actually showing... Okay, so this is actually showing the Korean and Chinese surveys then. Okay. I believe this is what this is saying, right? Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, so it does say it down here. So yeah, it looks like illustrations by far. My goodness. Illustrations by far. Well, I mean, hey, right? Brown Dust 2 has incredible illustrations. Okay, I got to admit that. Obviously, I've always admitted it, but you know, I'm not gonna argue that, right? I don't think any of us would. Okay, then. This table shows the same survey conducted last October, so it still says, Brown has. Okay, so this was a survey from last October, but still, that's a lot. Still, nonetheless, like it's still a lot. Still a wide margin between a lot of the other ones. But I am enjoying the main story, so don't get me wrong with that, because I do love illustrations, but I also love the main story too. So that's it for today. So we would like to provide information and offer apologies regarding the leak of some content. This leak occurred because the staff member in charge confused the timing of the Swimsuit Terese rerun and the Swimsuit Prestige skin and made the incorrect upload to the resource file or folder. Okay, so the resource in question was not visible through the normal in-game pathway. However, it appears that some players have disassembled the client and leaked the included resources. In response to this incident, we gave out a clear warning to the staff member. We've also improved the process by adding a double-checking procedure when uploading internal resources as well as in-game updates. Okay, then. So, they fixed some things on their end, it looks like. I don't know, RX. I'm not too sure. All I know is that it seems like there was a mistake. It looks like from one of their staff members. It looks like, and at least that's what I'm reading here. At least, right? They're making it seem, yeah. It's saying like they confused the timing, so I don't think it necessarily was intentional. That was most likely a just mistake on their end with that one. So it wasn't like on purpose. But yeah, so here are the schedules also for the Brown Dust 2 beer truck tour as well. So guys, if you're in these areas, I am jealous. I am jealous. But regardless, guys, that's what it's gonna do for this update. I know this video is pretty long, but hopefully, if you watched it until the end, I hope you guys got a lot out of it. And with that being said, too, I'll definitely be here doing obviously more videos for Brown Dust 2. July 14th is gonna be a big day, right? I'll be streaming it here on my Twitch channel. You'll catch me streaming every single day, regardless. But yeah, most definitely, July 14th, I'll be here streaming it and enjoying the new update. July 17th, we're going to be getting a new costume. So, from what I'm seeing here, guys, it says it right here, July 17th through July 31st, right? It says new, question mark, name to be announced. And then they're having another one on July 31st through August 14th, new name to be announced for their, well, that's the exclusive gear. Sorry about that. Sorry. Exclusive gear to be announced. So that's for the new, well, to be announced. Sorry about that. But yeah, so, oh wait, no, there's two. Sorry. So there are two. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm sorry, guys, it's late. I'm doing my best. So they have two to be announced costumes. So like I said, July 17th, right? July 17th and July 31st are going to be big days. So if I were you, I would save up. Here's what to look forward to with this. They already have the skill cutscenes for, the Black Valkyrie, or the Black Winged Valkyrie, I should say, Olivier here, right? The Black Winged Valkyrie Olivier. But we don't have her full name yet because they still don't have a name for her. So I'm just going to call her the Black Winged Olivier, okay? And they also have Callian. So here's Callian's artwork for her skill cutscenes. So we'll see what happens, guys. I know, right? I know. We'll see what happens, guys. But regardless, I am totally saving up for all of them. You're definitely going to be seeing my pulls for them. That's for sure. And I really hope that and pray that, I can get them. But also just know they aren't limited. So you can wishlist them, like I said. So that is a great way to also save up on some rolls. Like, so let's say, for example, you like +4. Like, let's say Olivia here. Her the Wings of Faithfulness Olivier, and you can get her then in the Powder of Hope shop, right? Or you can wishlist her on the 12 pick, that you have here currently going on. So believe me, there are a lot of ways that you can be going for Olivier, and plus she'll be here in the future. Obviously, they'll do reruns of her, so you have a lot of chances and opportunities to get all of the costumes of Olivier, okay? And that's the wonderful thing about this game, is because they always do reruns. They always have them in some way or form that you can unlock them. Powder of Hope Shop, Golden Thread Shop. Okay, that's another one that they do at the start of each month. And also the 12 pick, right? The selective draws. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys are excited just as much as I am. Hope you guys are saving up now even further. And with that being said, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And I'll keep dishing out more Brown too. So with that being said, good luck on your polls. Your polls. Good luck on your polls. And happy summer. Let's make it a great one, okay? So take care, guys.